What's going on, guys? Today, me and old Steven are going to be putting the bottom end back together and hopefully getting it all squared away today. So we got the rings in, we got the bearings and everything. Corey's on his way here with the pistons, so once he gets here, we'll start putting it back together. So after Steven confused me, he said I only had 7 here, but there actually is 8. I did count. So Corey brought these over, like I was saying. These are all good. I'm just checking the wrist pins. There's a few of them that seem kind of tight, so we're going to oil soak them for a second, see if we can free it up a little bit before we do put them in. So let's get to it. All right, so now we are getting the rings on so we can put these pistons in. The cool thing about this box, it tells you, shows you, top groove, second groove, and then that's the bottom one. So Steven's working this one in here.
Maybe. It doesn't want to stay in that top groove. Oh, come on.
Finesse. So yeah, we'll get these back in here, and then once we get the rings in, before we put the pistons in, we will come back. So all right, so we got 2 of them half-assed done. Go ahead and start doing some other ones. So I found a little trick. You want to get the second groove in first before you do the top one. Just kind of helps it go a little easier. And there's a little catch on this groove right here. You want to place it on before you actually go down into the second one. Helps just make sure that the ring doesn't go in the top groove. On these second rings, there's a little indicator, little dot that you want to have facing up. So see. Get that old ring in there, Bo?
Yeah, it's going. It's fighting me, but it's going. All right, Walker. So I was just explaining to Walker what we were doing here. All the rings are installed on the pistons now. We are going to what is called clock the piston rings. Basically, so everything's lined up. All these gaps in the rings aren't like in a row or whatever, so you don't have blow-by or oil consumption issues right out of the gate. Now, naturally, whenever the engine is running, these rings are going to be kind of moving around a little bit. They don't stay stationary, but you do want to clock them so you don't have issues. So I'm just going through showing him where to put these oil rings to where they're not lined up, and then your main compression rings as well. Just mark them or line them up so they don't have issues. So yeah, gonna clock all these and then get them put into the motor. Where's that 15 foot-pounds?
So he's got them torqued down to 15 foot-pounds, and then it's another 75 degrees, you said?
75 or 80, depending on your year model. I think 2002 is the 2nd gen LS bolts, so these are actually 85. So almost 90, not quite. So this is where that fancy digital stuff comes in handy.
Close enough, eyeballing it.
So now we'll take the caps back off, measure our plastic gauge. As long as it is within spec, we'll go on down the row. So yep, let's get into it. All right, so we just got done plastic gauging, torquing these down. Plastic gauge is reading right around 200 thousandths. So we're within spec. Not too tight, not too loose, so should have good oil pressure.
Time to send it and get the rest of them in. So we got all the pistons and everything in now. They're all facing the right direction. Everything's in there all good. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you'd like, subscribe and comment down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. See you next time when we put together the top end.